Coming up on Mountain News this morning, folks in Leslie County came together to celebrate one big birthday with a drive-by parade. And COVID-19 continues to shake up big events in our area. We take a look at some of the newest potential changes to people's calendars.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining me here on Mountain News This Morning. Today is June 16th, and it is Tuesday, or like we call it around here, Monday 2.0. And this morning, me and Brandon have been discussing these temperatures, and it looks like the next couple of days is when you need to get outside before it gets scorching hot again. Let's bring in Brandon to give us a look at what we can expect for today before it gets to those temperatures this weekend. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Lacey, and you're right. We're going to see back and forth temperatures the next couple of days. Very unseasonably cool for this time of the year. Average high is 82. We're going to be in the 70s the next couple of days. But, of course, like you mentioned, it will not last. Live pinpoint Doppler radar this morning. A couple of stray showers still left over in parts of southeastern Kentucky, Cumberland Valley, down into parts of the Kentucky River, Perry County, Leslie County. So we're continuing to watch those, but no major issues expected with that. Temperatures anywhere between 51 in Irvin and 59 in Middlesboro this morning. A lot of folks in the mid to upper 50s across the region. Very comfortable with those feels like temperatures. Dew points in the 40s and 50s across the region, and that's pretty nice, refreshing for most of the area there. Looks like Somerset, Moorhead, and then parts of the Big Sandy, Kentucky River there, also seeing those refreshing dew points this morning. We'll take a look at the out-the-door forecast. We are going to see some decent temperatures today, only about 73 for a daytime high, but we pay for that with partly to mostly cloudy skies and those stray rain chances that will continue off and on throughout the day. The rest of the forecast is on the way here in a little bit. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. People impacted by the severe storms and flooding back in February can still apply for loans for uninsured and underinsured damages. The U.S. Small Business Administration assists with damages due to severe storms, flooding, landslides, and mudslides. In a response to a letter from Governor Andy Beshear, more loans are now available.
It will be a very reasonable rate, okay, up to a 30-year term. But by applying, you give yourself all the flexibility, okay? Don't apply, then you have absolutely no flexibility.
3 different loans are available. You can find the application and more information on our website at WYMT.com. And the Kentucky Alliance Against Racist and Political Repression represented their demands last night. The group is calling for the firing of officers involved in the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. They specifically targeted LMPD officer Brett Hankinson. The group brought up multiple allegations against Hankinson over the last few years, including the sexual abuse allegations that are currently under investigation. The Alliance says that Mayor Greg Fisher needs to take action.
We are demanding that Mayor Fisher fire these officers, as other police agencies have done around the country, and deal with any wrongful termination lawsuits that may arise from that.
Mayor Greg Fisher has said that the officers involved in the shooting death of Breonna Taylor can't be fired because of laws in place. Friday night, Metro Council President David James said that's not true, and Fisher could fire those officers. CBS affiliate WOWK-TV reports that deputies with the Boyd County Sheriff's Office are investigating after newspapers associated with the Ku Klux Klan were left on the doorsteps of a family last week. The paper, which you see on your screen here, was found on one couple's doorstep last Thursday. It's a copy of The Crusader, which is published by the Knights Party, inspired by the David Duke faction of the KKK. One other copy was found on that street on the doorsteps of a neighbor the couple says often hangs out with the other black mixed-race people in the community. The family and Boyd County Sheriff Bobby Woods agrees that the 2 houses chosen is likely not a coincidence. The cases are being dealt with as hate crimes, and there are currently no leads as to who delivered the papers. And a man is behind bars in Tennessee after police say he drove into a group of protesters who were blocking the road. It happened Saturday night in Memphis. Police say this man, 57-year-old William Day, drove his car into a group of protesters, several other cars yielding to the protesters. Police said that no one suffered serious injuries. Day is facing charges of reckless endangerment and reckless driving. And there's a move to replace the Confederate statues in Tennessee with statues of a different state icon, Dolly Parton. A Change.org petition has collected more than 6,000 signatures. The organizer says that Dolly Parton's philanthropic heart and inspiring music has changed Tennessee and the world for a better. So far, her representatives have not commented on the petition. And it's also a big week in East Tennessee as Dollywood reopens after having to shut their doors one day into their 2020 season. There are several changes to how the park operates, but people were still excited to be back. One thing people will notice is Dollywood is several hundred more sanitization stations and far less people as the park is open only at half capacity. Guests are also required to wear masks when they are not eating, drinking, or riding thrill rides. Dollywood says that it may make some modifications with some of these regulations as they see what works and what does not. And Leslie County celebrated the 18th birthday of Ethan Wolf with a drive-by parade in downtown Hyden last night. Ethan is no stranger to WYMT. He won a Best High School Football Moment this year, which is touchdown against Clay County. WYMT's Emily Bennett takes us to that celebration.
18.
It says you deserve a whole parade of good wishes.
A birthday Ethan Wolf was excited for a long time.
It was kind of hard for me to think, what are we going to do special for Ethan?
But Ethan's mom, Jessica Whitehead, did not have to think for long as the community pitched in to help plan this moment.
Happy birthday, Ethan! Thank you.
Being from a small town like this, it's just really amazing. I knew that they would help us out and reach out to him, and they have. They've went above and beyond.
Ethan has not let Down syndrome stop him. He is a member of Leslie County's football, basketball, and baseball teams.
It's very important. It gives him something to do, be a part of everything, and the friendships that he forms with all the players and the coaches. It's unbelievable.
And all describe him as a light to everyone around him.
He gets excited and tickled and just wants to be a friend to everyone.
And as a mom,
it made me proud and happy for him. I know that it's something that he'll never forget.
Thanks for my birthday party.
In Hyden,
Happy birthday, Ethan!
Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Ethan is going into his senior year and he plans to return to the football field in the fall.
It's time now for our Daily Helpers and Heroes segment. Before we get into it, though, I'd like to wish Ethan a belated happy birthday. Let's highlight, though, some of those frontline workers from across the region here. Let's take a look at our first picture today, and it comes to us from Leslie. This is Andrew Watkins. He's a CNA at Highlands ARH in Prestonsburg. You can see here he's decked out in his full protective gear, his PPE, like many of our healthcare heroes have to do every day across the region during this pandemic. Thank you, Andrew, for your service. Our next picture was submitted by Pamela. These are the fine folks at Kentucky Friendly Care Center in Middlesboro. As you can see there, they're taking all the proper precautions right now. They serve our kids, making sure they stay safe and healthy during all this. Thank you for our dedication, or thank you for your dedication, rather, to your community and the children. And finally, our last picture today was sent in by Tanya. This is her husband, Jamie Hall. Jamie is an EMT with AFR in Pike County. Tanya says she is blessed to have Jamie in her life now more than ever. And this picture you're seeing on your screen is from the birth of their baby girl back in December rather. Can't read today. We'll add a late congratulations on the birth and give Jamie a great big helpers and heroes thank you for his service. Now, of course, if you'd like to get your helper and hero submitted to us, you can do that one of two ways. On the website, WYMT.com, on the drop-down menu on the left, there is now a new link for helpers and heroes. You just click on that, hit the button that says Add Media, and you can get those pictures and videos uploaded. If you want to send it to me on my Facebook page, Brandon Robinson WYMT, just send me a message, and we'll get them on that way as well. Lacey.
Thank you, Brendan. And thank you for joining us. We'll be right back with more Mountain News this morning.